Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Paula Fontana, Vice President of Strategic Programming Initiatives with the National Black MBA Association, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to tonight's webinar, Find Your Career Breakthrough with Johnson & Johnson. So the excitement is building around here as we gear up for the biggest and the baddest MBA recruiting event in the land, which will be a hybrid event. I'll talk a little bit about that at the end of this show, but as an association, we host career development webinars and provide access to our corporate sponsors throughout the year as a member benefit. And every year, the Johnson & Johnson webinar ranks as one of the highest attended and most engaging, and I am absolutely certain that tonight will be no exception. Don't want to stand between you and progress, so Johnson & Johnson, take it away.
Thank you so much, Paula, for that introduction, and boy, do we have some high standards to live up to tonight. I'd like to start by a short video that tells you a little bit about my company, our company, Johnson & Johnson.
A vaccine that prevents HIV. Refrigerated drones that deliver medicine to the ends of the earth. Robots that operate. Scalpels that think. Who's working on amazing stuff like this? Johnson & Johnson. Extraordinary things that don't just keep people healthy. They change the whole direction of human health. That's why we need you, because it takes a lot of us, with different skills and backgrounds and minds. From data scientists to designers, to supply chainers, and everyone in between. We need you, and the world definitely needs you, to find new ways to cure and prevent all the nasty stuff out there. New ways to protect human dignity and support human rights. New ways to expand what's possible in human health. Join us. Working with J&J can change everything, including you. Discover the impact you can make at careers.jnj.com.
So the question is, are you ready to change the future of health? I'd like to welcome each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us tonight for our National Black webinar. My name is Jamil Price, and I have the pleasure of serving as the North America HR Leader for University Relations and Events. I'd like to also say, I hope that each and every one of you and your loved ones are staying healthy and safe during this pandemic. I'm joining you from the comfort of my home here in Tampa, Florida, and I've been with Johnson & Johnson for 5 years. Over the course of the next hour, you will have the opportunity to meet many of my colleagues and professionals who will talk about their experience here at Johnson & Johnson in ways that you can join our company. Throughout tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about Johnson & Johnson. We're going to talk about our world within our 3 sectors. We're going to talk about benefits that we have here at Johnson & Johnson, including some unique ones that make us very unique and attractive as an employer. We're going to talk about opportunities for you to join us here at J&J to change the trajectory of healthcare, as well as you'll get to learn more about our various business functions. We're also going to leave some time for you to be able to ask us any questions that might help you determine about your next step in your career. Feel free to use the question and answer part of the Zoom webinar to ask your questions. My colleagues are standing by to help answer those questions now. And as I mentioned, we do have dedicated time at the end of today's session to be able to answer those questions. So let's get started talking about Johnson & Johnson. You've all probably heard of J&J, probably the baby shampoo, the Band-Aids, but tonight we're going to show you what really lies beneath. We've been looking for new ways to achieve the impossible, and we've been achieving amazing things together. Life-changing things like treatments for some of the most challenging diseases of our time, improving global health equity and care, leading the way in data science, innovating in artificial intelligence, 3D printing and medical devices, and creating the world's healthiest workforce. So let's take a closer look at why Johnson & Johnson is a place that you can build your career. It takes someone special to impact the lives of others. Working here can change everything, including you. I've introduced myself. Now, how about you? You're smart, you're curious, you're relentless. You want to make a difference, and you want your career, your breakthroughs to mean something. These qualities are in demand in today's world. We are here today because we're looking for people like you, someone who wants to and has the potential to accomplish amazing things, cure diseases, prevent diseases, improve quality of life, and in healing. We need you. And the world needs you. We'd like to share with you how together with passionate employees, inspirational leaders, and a global community of people innovating together, you can change the trajectory of health. So who's coming up with all of these breakthroughs? We all do. We're all marketers, creators, mathematicians, geniuses, chemists, accountants, statisticians, and innovators. And do you know who else can drive breakthrough thinking at Johnson & Johnson? Each and every one of you. Breakthrough thinking isn't just about the ability to spark amazing and innovative ideas that can make the world a healthier place to live. It's pushing further in what we do in our day-to-day jobs, the small wins, the failures, how we learn from them and grow. They are what made us work when a collective focus and individual purpose driving us all together to help evolve into 260 operating and serving companies and making everyday products to change the health for the future. Before we get too deep into this presentation, I'd like to set the record straight. The Johnson & Johnson name is often associated with products like Band-Aids and baby products, but every day we're leading some of the most groundbreaking innovations in health. You see, every year we're attracting more of the best minds in science, economics, marketing, innovation, and even law. This is a place where you can make an immediate impact on the lives of others, seeing results for what you do. It's why Johnson & Johnson is a place where people come to do their best work. And we make sure you're best equipped to do just that, as we endeavor to make it the world's healthiest and innovative workplace. When you're a global company with a workforce that spans over 70 countries, you'd expect people from a diverse range of backgrounds and experiences. And while diversity, equity, and inclusion is a catchphrase of the moment, we're actively championing different cultures, backgrounds, and beliefs, because we know that breakthrough ideas come from having our thinking stimulated, our norms challenged, and to be surrounded by different people who spark ways of thinking we previously never imagined. Johnson & Johnson offers a range of programs to support gender equity, sexuality, and accelerated development programs for disadvantaged candidates. Well, we've been around long enough to see history repeat itself. And with that comes wisdom and experience and over 100+ years of learning what does and doesn't work. It also means we've retained the kind of values other companies don't hold themselves to. Did you know from day one, Johnson & Johnson championed the growth of equality in a field traditionally dominated by men? Out of our first 14 employees, 8 were women. We continue to attract diversity in key areas like data science, where women are leading the way, from pioneering sanitary napkins to developing innovative contraceptives to reduce the spread of HIV in Africa. We celebrate diversity, equity, and inclusiveness. Our guiding principle is our credo. It's basically be excellent to each other. It's our moral compass and the yardstick we hold ourselves to, because while some jobs aren't rocket science, we're in the business of human health, and saving lives comes with it. It was a breakthrough idea when it was written in 1943, and our credo is as relevant today as it was then. It guides us on how we do things at work and in the communities we serve, starting with improving health quality at every stage of life. People are our first priority. It's the patients, the doctors, nurses, patients, parents, and caregivers, and everyone else who relies on our medicines, health products, and medical devices, and of course, our team members. We now consist of 134,000 employees across 260 plus companies spreading across 60 different countries. And thanks to their collective expertise, breakthrough thinking, and dedication, we touch the lives of more than 1 billion people every single day. Our core focus is improving health at every stage of life. That's why we always refer to what's in our credo. It's a constant reminder of our responsibilities to deliver our collective expertise with drive and dedication. To deliver innovations throughout the world of health, we organize our business across 3 core strands of the organization: pharmaceuticals, med tech, and consumer health products. And I'm excited that you're going to get to meet some of my colleagues in just a few minutes from each of those sectors. Johnson & Johnson is a place where you can grow professionally and personally. The global reach and many different functions that stretch across every facet of what we do enables driving employees the chance to evolve their skills, roles, and even where they work over their career without even leaving Johnson & Johnson. Even with the events of the last 2 years, we've achieved strong, consistent, and sustainable success. This allows us a certain sense of security and stability, which gives our global team the confidence to know they can do their best work in a stable, strong company. So imagine a future where disease is a thing of the past. Imagine a career where every day has challenges that you know will improve the lives of others. That's definitely one of the many benefits, but I'm going to also share some additional benefits that we have about working here at Johnson. It's a place for you not only to grow professionally, but personally. We offer the traditional benefits employees expect: medical, dental, and vision options. And depending on the plans you elect and the family members you wish to enroll, but more importantly, we offer innovative benefits that further enable our employees and their families to receive the support they need to maintain physical, mental, and financial well-being. Wherever you are in your health, career, and life journey, we're there to support you across all dimensions. Because when you're at your healthiest, you're able to change the trajectory of health for your family, our business, and all of humanity. We offer expanded parental leave for mothers and fathers. This highlights our commitment to inclusivity and gender equality. We encourage staff to join employee resource groups, from groups for veterans to people with different cultural backgrounds. These groups showcase our commitment to diversity and how we collaborate and learn from each other. You can access special programs like Energy for Performance training, a unique benefit that gives employees another way to live their healthiest lives. We offer on-site childcare, fitness facilities, and health centers. Our diverse workforce can access LGBTQ benefits. We also offer pet insurance, and you may be eligible for tuition reimbursement. So now, are you ready to bring your breakthrough thinking to Johnson & Johnson? Your unique skills, expertise, perspective, and qualifications could spark the ideas that become health tech innovations with the potential to reach 1 billion people across the globe. Now, here's how to get started. Tonight, I have several of my colleagues who are going to speak to their various leadership development programs across our MBA programs. Certainly pay attention, as you may hear 1 or 2 or even 3 that spark your interest. And with that, I would like to turn it over to my colleague, Muhammad, who's going to talk to us about our Consumer Associate Brand Manager position.
Thank you so much, Jamil. Really appreciate it. Good morning, or good evening, or good morning, depending on where you're coming from. My name is Mohammed Herezi. I was in your shoes a few short years ago. Feels like just yesterday I was sitting through the same webinar. So excited that you all are here to join us today and hope you learned something. For the Consumer Associate Brand Manager Program, just want to share a little bit for the full-time position for what we do basically day to day. So our full-time program, it's truly unique. You come in from day one, and we expect you to be able to be a part of the team, be an expert, and really help us deliver results. Our program is built to provide you deep understanding and better breadth of experience in the yearly rotational program, and your development is always going to be at the core of what we assign you. We work with you, and each year you will be rotated, so you'll get to work across all different brands within consumer, Tylenol, Neutrogena, and we truly work with you to see what fits your needs best, depending on location, brand, and development needs. What we're looking for from an experience perspective, really looking for current graduate students. So we bring you in through an internship program, which I'll talk about on the next slide. Through that, you'll have a summer internship that's about 11 weeks long. And from there, we try to convert most of our summer associates to the full-time position. So we use that as our primary recruiting tool for a full-time position. For that internship program, we look for 3 years experience. And we do prefer CPG internship experience, although I can tell you I myself did not have it. So we definitely value diverse experiences. And so we really look for bringing in classes that do have different sets of experiences so that you guys can work together even throughout the summer and be able to really develop that great cohort. I'm still very well connected with everyone in my cohort from 2018. You do need to be legally authorized to work permanently in the US for the consumer role. And we do look for creative instincts. So through the interview process, we do look for creativity. So definitely be sure that you have examples of ways you've worked creatively in the past, whether through previous jobs, through your MBA or anything extracurricular as well. If we go next slide, Jamil. So I wanted to focus more of our time talking about the actual program. So the program that we're here recruiting for at National Black is our Marketing Summer Associate Program. That program is going to be next summer. It's 11 weeks. So we will be here recruiting first-year MBAs and giving offers out for the Summer Associate Program next summer. The locations are either Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, which is about 20 to 30 minutes outside of Philadelphia. We have Skillman, New Jersey, which houses most of our consumer brands, which is kind of halfway between New York City and Philadelphia. We have LA, which houses Neutrogena and a lot of our beauty. And then we also have, which is new, this is our first year ever having Summer Associate, Greenwich, Connecticut, which isn't too far out of New York City. And that's actually where Zarbee's acquisition brand is. So during the summer, what you'll learn is really what it's like to be a brand manager. A lot of you might be career switchers and don't actually know what the day-to-day looks like. So we really focus the summer. We give you one main project and a small one. And we look for you to really gain those experiences and see what it's like so that not only are we interviewing you, but you're interviewing us, right? So you're able to see if you actually like the experience and if brand management is something for you. We'll give you all the data you need. We'll make sure you have a deep understanding of the J&J culture, the career possibilities. We do a lot of mentorship and coaching and really make sure that you're well connected and develop a network at J&J while you're here over the summer so that you feel good about your decision if you decide to come back and join us full time. What we'll need from you and the experiences that you'll gain is we're going to give you a need-driven project. Every project we give is something that we are absolutely trying to accomplish, and whatever you recommend at the end of the summer, we will usually go with, and you might see it in market, a year later. You'll, like I said, have strong networking. We have a very structured program. We bring you on at the same time. You go through coaching, you go through onboarding at the same time. And it really gives you that cohort feel where you get to meet a lot of other great MBAs from across the country. And the classes are pretty big. We live pretty close to each other usually in the summer, and it's a lot of fun. And with that, I will pass it off to the next speaker, who I believe is Janaya.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Mohammed. It is so nice to meet all of you virtually, but what I'm really looking forward to is the opportunity to meet all of you in person in September. I think it's going to be the first time I'm outside of my Zoom box doing something for work. So I hope for any of you that are interested in learning more around our finance organization, I hope to get the chance to meet you in person. So again, my name is Janaya Alsop. I am the Senior Finance Director of our Global Finance Talent Management Organization. Don't let my title fool you. I am a career finance professional. I actually started my career at J&J 20 years ago in our undergrad leadership development program. So I'm a J&J lifer, and maybe I'll see some of you at my retirement party if you join J&J. So what I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about is our MBA intern program, as well as our full-time finance MBA LDP program. While I'm going to spend my time with you today talking about our leadership development programs, please know that if some of these requirements don't speak to you and kind of where you are in your career, we have a plethora of opportunities in finance. So don't let that turn you off from having a conversation with us, because we definitely might find something that's suited for you, even if these programs aren't. So we too have an intern program. We also will be recruiting first-year MBA students. We too are open to all different types of backgrounds, right? And we are looking for career switchers. And if you don't believe me, I will tell you that we've had an MBA LDP who started their career as an event planner. So we go way out. We're looking for folks who are really going to be leaders, have an interest in finance, and really helping our business to drive that breakthrough innovation that you heard Jamil talking about. And we also have a lot of vets as well in our MBA LDP program who haven't really spent any of their time in finance. So don't let finance intimidate you. If it's something that you're interested in, and as you've been going through your curriculum, if it's something that really excites you, please stop by and talk with us. Our MBA internship is a 10-week program, and although we will recruit folks into our full-time MBA LDP program out of our internship program, it is not a requirement, so it's not too late. If you didn't have the opportunity to intern with us last summer, don't worry about it. You're still able to be a candidate for our full-time program, so we'd love to see you and talk to you more about the full-time program if you have any questions. In order to be a part of our internship program or our MBA program, you do need a minimum of 5 years of experience. You'll come into our organization at the manager level, so that is a very strict requirement of experience prior to your application. And we're also looking for folks who have the authorization to work permanently in the United States. So as we go to the next slide, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the individual programs and what they look like. So when you're thinking about your internship program, right, it's a 10-week program, and very similar to what Mohammed said, we don't bring anyone into J&J, whether they're an MBA or an intern, that isn't going to do work that we see is going to add value. Some of the projects that our interns worked on this year were around creating a new process for us to dashboard metrics within our Janssen R&D organization that's going to be shared with all of our senior leaders across all of our therapeutic areas. We also had an individual who actually ended up with an opportunity to work on a deal model for a deal that we've been considering in one of our businesses. And we also had another individual who actually presented to the GFL team member. So that is an individual who reports to Joe Walk on a project that he was working on in terms of how to optimize our capital spend across our supply chain organization. So when I say these aren't small projects, these are real projects that are going to have real impact on our business, and we will be making sure that we take those into account during your 10 weeks here. If you join us for our full-time program, it's a 4-year program where you do 2 rotations at the manager level. And throughout that time, you will be immersed in training. So we have a quarterly training curricula throughout those 4 years where we're looking to develop you. It includes quarterly meetings with CFOs to help to continue to learn from them, get exposure and learn more about their career and get career advice. But one of my favorite parts of our FMDP program, it happens in the 3rd year that you're in program with us, and we put you in our finance management development program, which is a program that we use to develop our emerging leader talent within the organization for folks who we believe can be directors. In this program, you get 3 projects. You travel to EMEA for one of those projects, you're in the US for another, and you're in Asia Pacific for the 3rd, and you get a real life project from a CFO in that region, and your team will come up with solutions to whatever business issue that CFO has come up with, and you'll give them a recommendation that they can take back and use in their business. So very similarly as well, this is a very individualized program based on your needs, your development, where we think you can add value in the business. There's no set role, but you can find yourself in our, Treasury department, you can find yourself in FP&A, you can find yourself in supply chain, you can find yourself supporting our commercial organization. We have folks all over our business driving in every single one of our sectors and supporting every single one of our functions throughout our leadership development program. So again, it was fantastic to meet you, and I hope that we get a chance to talk more live and in person. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Silas to tell you more about the HR program.
Thank you so much, Shania. Hello, everyone. My name is Silas Humphreys, and I'm going to tell you about the Experienced HR Leadership Development Program, or as we like to call it, the EHRLDP. But just a little bit about myself. I recently started full-time at J&J just about a month ago after completing my MBA at Georgetown, and I actually interned at J&J last summer after recruiting at National Black back in 2019. So hopefully I can give you guys some good insights. So what is the EHRLDP? It is a 2-year program that rotates you through 3 8-month developmental experiences that expose you to different elements of the One HR model to help you become a global HR leader. So what does that entail? It means working across all types of HR functions, such as business partner work, workforce or people analytics, employee labor relations, global talent management, global learning delivery, talent acquisition, and many more elements. It means building relationships throughout the enterprise with various senior and executive leaders throughout HR and in the business, as well as with your cohort. So what types of candidates are we looking for? We're looking for graduate students completing an MBA or a master's or a PhD with a focus in HR or even industrial organizational psychology or just something in business. We're looking for a 5+ years of prior full-time professional work experience. As Janaya mentioned, you do come in at the manager level in our program, so that is important to us. Previous HR experience is preferred, but it is not required. We actually pride ourselves on the amount of diverse backgrounds that we have within our function. Even myself, I have a finance and management consulting background, so you do not have to have HR experience in the past. Geographic mobility is important to us throughout the program and beyond. Fluency in English, and of course, a second language is always also nice. And then finally, legal authorization to work in whichever country your role is located. So if we move to the next slide, we'll get into a little bit more of the HR LDP journey. So it can all start with the internship experience, which is a great way to get to know the company as we get to know you, and just to see if it's a good fit. Take this opportunity to be a sponge and learn from everyone around you. Last year, I met so many people throughout the enterprise that really shaped my development and my understanding of HR. And they were genuinely rooting for me to succeed and to make an impact. And as Janaya mentioned, you will absolutely present to top leadership and senior leaders throughout the organization. My manager from last year even told me that my projects have been implemented with the organization. So it's a really great opportunity. Also, just to get free J&J swag and products, because that's a win. And at the end of your 12-week internship, you'll become eligible, of course, for full-time consideration. After the internship, complete your degree. So yes, go back to school and keep building your skills and engage in thought leadership, build your external network. Before I started full-time with J&J, I worked at one of my professors' DE&I consultancies or strategy consultancies, and I'm absolutely bringing that knowledge and some of those skills with me with my role at J&J. So then once you finish your academic program, you get into the full-time HR LDP program. So you get into those 3 diverse rotations over 2 years, learning all about HR from different angles. You learn more about your cohort and you lean into the experience. You network and collaborate with peers and leaders throughout the global enterprise, and you really build a global enterprise mindset with global immersions and residencies. So for example, past cohorts have taken trips to Prague or Shanghai, just to name a few. So I'm looking forward to those opportunities as well. So once you finish your 2 years, you graduate the program and you get placed into a postgraduate role. And that will involve continuous development and still exposure to senior leaders. And then you'll also be exposed to the HR LDP community, which is really your tribe at that point. So I still reach out to HR LDPs that have graduated from the program. They're always giving me advice about who to connect with or where to live. And I think it's really invaluable part of the experience. And of course, they also help recruit future HR LDP talent like yourselves. The ultimate goal is to really become a J&J enterprise leader. So there's no really typical pathway, but we aim to develop future leaders of our function with learning agility and critical capabilities to continue progressing into more complex roles and responsibilities. I've met with a few HR VPs that were also graduates of the HR LDP, and they've had amazingly diverse experiences and careers, and we hope that you are next. So thank you for listening. We hope to see you at the conference, and I'll pass it on to the Jansen LDP.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tani Fuching, and I'm representing the Janssen Pharmaceutical LDP today. Very excited to be here with you all, as well as my colleagues, and to speak about this particular LDP. So a little bit about myself. I am a 2018 graduate of UNC Kenan-Flagler, Tar Heel, go Tar Heels, if there are any on the call today. I'm an alumnus of the JPLDP as well. I'm currently in my placement role in our global commercial strategy organization, where I help to develop marketing strategy for our pipeline assets. A very exciting role. When I was in your shoes as a first-year MBA, I was a career switcher, right? So I spent 12 years in technology strategy and entrepreneurship. I was very excited about the opportunity to transition over into healthcare. So as I'll talk about in a few minutes, we welcome people of very diverse backgrounds into this program. So what is the JPLDP? The goal of this program is to build a pipeline of commercial leaders for our pharmaceutical business. And by commercial, I mean sales and marketing leaders, to build and to grow our pharmaceutical brands, across our therapeutic areas. So I will talk more about the structure of the program in terms of, its internship, full-time, and post rotational placement. But before I get into that, I'll share a little bit about, what we're looking for in our candidates and what the program ultimately tries to accomplish. So in order to build that pipeline of amazing leaders, we accomplish that by exposing you to a wonderful community of strategic leaders across the organization for networking, mentoring, and coaching. We expose you to a wide variety of challenging projects that are impactful in our business and that drive tremendous impact. So while the internship might be just 12 weeks and the rotational program is 3 years, you will be delivering very impactful projects and feel like you're truly a part of this organization and see your impact, really make a difference and, hopefully be part of that team that delivers a breakthrough. In addition to that, we try to ensure that, during the program, you are networking with peers, be it based on your development interests or your therapeutic area interests or where you see yourself in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, right? We try to align your experience and your developmental needs accordingly and make sure that, throughout the course of the program that, you have the experience that's, helping you get to that leader that you want to be ultimately in the future. So in terms of criteria for our candidates, what do we look for? We ultimately look for a deep passion for, developing a career in healthcare. Whether you've been in healthcare already or you're new to healthcare, that passion is so critical because our business is one that really, thinks about patients and our stakeholders out in the marketplace and how we want to do better and do more for them. So having that passion to do that is really critical. From a concentration perspective, in your MBA, we look for folks, that have a concentration in healthcare, general management, and marketing especially. But there can be some variety as long as you're looking to be that commercial leader. We do look for a minimum of 4 years of work experience, preferably 5 or more. But again, those are the requirements, and we've seen quite a bit of variety there as well in terms of work experience. But given that you're coming in at a product manager level, those are very strong requirements that we consider highly in our candidates. Experience in healthcare, like I mentioned, is preferred but not required, right? So my 12 years of technology strategy were in the finance industry. So I didn't come in with healthcare experience, but I came in with that passion, and with a focus on healthcare in my MBA, I was really able to make up for certain gaps in knowledge and in experience that I was able to bring and contribute, right away during my internship, as well as, in my full-time rotation. And then, one thing that's also critical is demonstrating, experience working in a highly matrix environment, working across cross-functional teams, and having that, critical thinking mindset, learning agility to jump into new things and be able to contribute right away within a very short time frame. So next, on the next slide, I'll talk a little bit more about the structure of the program. So the program is divided into 3 main parts, similar to the other LDPs that you've heard about recently. There is a summer internship that's 12 weeks long from May to August, where we put you in one of our therapeutic areas, which you heard about earlier, and that could be oncology, cardiovascular metabolics, immunology, and so on and so forth. And you could either be on an inline brand, which is basically a product that has been in market or is newly launched, or you could be in our global commercial strategy organization, where you're working on a pipeline asset that is yet to be launched, or an existing brand that's launching a new indication or new product formulation. Or you could be in our strategic customer group, where you're working maybe across brands, where you're brand agnostic, working on a customer solution to optimize our impact with a particular stakeholder or set of stakeholders, such as our payers, fulfillment partners, or what have you. And during those 12 weeks, we put you in an impactful, meaningful project where you're really impacting the business. At the end of the 12 weeks, you present to senior leadership, and it's really an opportunity to showcase your knowledge, your deep experience, and the way that you're looking to advance the business that you were paired with, during the summertime. Based on that experience, we also then select, a subset of the group of the internship cohort to receive full-time offers. For those that accept their offers and come back, full-time post grad, you get into a 3-year rotation, during which you do 2 rotations during those 3 years, each about 18 months long. And again, you have the opportunity to work in different therapeutic areas and really try to match your development needs, your career interest in selecting what those rotations are going to be. And again, there you're in a meaningful strategic project, helping to advance, the needs of a brand to solve a particular problem or set of problems. Once you're successful through those 2 rotations, then you get into a placement. So essentially, we work with you again to find, based on your career interests and your goals for development and the kind of leader that you want to be, and in which therapeutic area you want to be that leader, we put you in a placement role where you now engage, fully with, that organization that you're paired with to drive the strategy to grow the business, and then your career continues from there. Our goal is ultimately that as you are rotating out of the program, we continue to connect you with leaders and expose you to experiences that will help you to become that ultimate commercial leader that we're looking for in the organization. So it's a great program. We've had great success with diversity, both from a gender and ethnicity perspective, with veterans as well. And we're continuing to improve on that, but there's room for growth, right? So we're really looking forward to those on this call to really help us build that pipeline. We want to see diversity in our commercial leaders, in our presidents, in our vice presidents. So we're excited to leverage this program as the pipeline to do so. And I look forward to connecting with you all during National Black and when you eventually connect on campus. With that, I'll turn it over to my colleague in the Med Device LDP.
Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here with all of you. Just a quick introduction. My name is Setu Shah, and I'm currently part of the MLDP in my 2nd rotation. I went through the internship back in 2019 and absolutely loved it. So really excited to talk to you all about our MLDP program. And what this program is designed to do, it's really to nurture and empower high potential MBA graduates to become global marketing leaders, specifically in the med device, med tech field. So currently we are recruiting for both our 10 to 12 week internship or our 2-year full-time program. And the 2-year full-time program will consist of 2 1-year rotations. And we have locations all across the US. So location's definitely not an issue. If you're looking to move or go to a specific area, we have opportunities everywhere. And just looking at the experience overall, you'll be able to gain experience in key marketing functions, define brand and product strategies, collaborate with cross-functional leaders on a daily basis, and like my previous colleagues have mentioned, really work on projects that are business changing, impacting the business, and really focused on driving the business and technology forward. And upon completion of the MLDP, participants can graduate into a full-time marketing manager position. So looking at our criteria, You would need to be, for the full-time program, you would need to be enrolled in an accredited MBA program and graduate no later than June of 2022. And with our summer internship, it would be completing your first year of your MBA program. We are requiring a minimum of 4 years of relevant postgraduate undergrad professional work experience, and we do require permanent US work authorization without the need for sponsorship now or in the future. And just some characteristics that we're looking for in our candidates include strong problem-solving skills, organization, communication, and analytic skills, and an in-depth understanding of critical issues, decision-making, and project management skills. We are looking for people with diverse backgrounds, so even if you don't have any experience in med tech, healthcare, we encourage that, and we want to see a diverse background of people who can bring in new thoughts to our program as well. Experience in marketing and product management is a plus, but definitely not a requirement. The next slide, Jamil. So just going into the program details, looking at our internship program, it is a 10 to 12-week internship, either in US marketing or our global strategic marketing team. And we have comprehensive training and coaching, as well as networking opportunities, mentorships, and you're going to own a business critical project. So really driving forward something that can change the future of the platform or of med devices. And we are looking at you to make strategic recommendations to senior management. And our internship program is really our funnel for our full-time MLDPs. So you would be considered for a full-time program as well. Now, coming into their full-time program, it is a 24-month rotational program where we have rotations in both US marketing and global strategic marketing. And in your rotations, you will really set the brand and product strategies. So you'll either be part of like a platform or a brand specific project where you own that brand, driving that business forward and really focusing on how you can continue to innovate. You will work with cross-functional team leadership and interface both with our sales force and our customers, whether it be through surgeon interactions, spending some time with our customers in the OR, really understanding what their business needs are. And just looking at our overall program benefits, you're going to experience various key marketing functions, really be able to define your brand and product strategies, collaborate with cross-functional leaders, and accelerate your career path. There are so many mentorship opportunities, and the one thing about J&J is that we are a relationship-based company, and so you'll have plenty of networking opportunities as well, where you'll be able to meet with senior leadership who will always be excited to talk to you about your career development, as well as what you can do to continue to grow and accelerate your career. And of course, you'll have access to the alumni network. So I stay connected with my entire cohort as well as recent grads, just to get their input on different projects and really what I should be thinking about as I go forward. So really excited to meet all of you in person in just a month. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll hand it over to our PLDP colleague.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Siobhan Paul, and I'm the Senior Category Manager within our procurement function. I've been with J&J for 20 years, and I'm happy to talk to you a little bit about our PLDP program. As a part of our PLDP program and a part of the procurement function, you're really going to be immersed in our vision, our mission, and our promise to transform health and humanity by bringing innovative solutions through the suppliers that we work with. Within the procurement function, we really drive value for Johnson & Johnson in many, many different ways. In addition to your traditional savings and return on investments and things like that, we also work a lot in supplier diversity as well as sustainability, and also with supplier-enabled innovation. So it's a well-rounded function within Johnson & Johnson that really focuses on transforming healthcare and transforming lives of humanity around the world. As far as the PLDP program goes, the experience is very, very rich and thoughtful. And I know a lot of our colleagues have talked about the internship program as well as the full-time program opportunities that we have. And it is the same with the PLDP program. With PLDP, it really is about having that functional experience within J&J to understand how we can truly impact business strategies and solutions for our business partners that come to us with real issues that they would like to solve. So within the PLDP program, there are two experiences that you could have: the summer internship and the full-time program. With the full-time program, it really is a two 1-year rotations that you will have across any of our procurement categories within either commercial, R&D, or supply chain. As a part of your experience with PLDP, you're going to be working on complex projects. You're going to be working on, like I said, projects that really impact the business and solve real world problems, both in your internship experience as well as your full-time experience. And you're going to have the opportunity to lead and or work with global teams as you execute against various sourcing strategies that are set by the various categories within procurement. From a criteria perspective, we're looking for individuals that are a current student completing their MBA or graduate degree. As a part of the PLDP program, you will be coming in at a manager level. So we are looking for individuals that have a minimum of 5 years of full-time professional experience. And we, it says here that we're looking for supply chain management, ops, or logistics. It's highly preferred, but, that's not necessarily what we, look for per se. We look for basically anyone who could come in, understand what needs to be done, and have transferable skills in any of the areas that they have demonstrated before. If you go to the next slide, Jamil, I'll talk a little bit more about our internship in our full-time program. So for our full-time program, like I said, the projects you're going to be working on are going to be centered around our 4 core competencies within procurement, around category strategy development. So that's essentially understanding the category that you are a part of, and then bringing those external perspectives into and market industry information into the business to help them with their problem solving. You're going to be working a lot with our business partners, and you're going to be working a lot on stakeholder management, relationship management type activities, as well as working with our suppliers in the industry. So like I said, in addition to your traditional savings that you work on in a procurement function, we really are about innovation and working with our suppliers and bringing that external knowledge in. Also important within the procurement function as an emerging competency is data science. So, we really are a data-driven organization, and we look for individuals who have that data insight and analytical capabilities. As a part of the internship opportunity, that's a 10 to 12-week opportunity. And very similar to the full-time program, the types of projects that you're going to be working on are the same. However, because of the shortened time frame, they will be more impactful. So you may not have the opportunity to do 2 one-year rotations, but in that 10 to 12 weeks that you are here, you're going to be working on projects that are impactful to the business, and you're going to be immersed in our various sectors and or categories. Again, very similar to the other LDP programs here. There's an opportunity for you to have visibility at various levels throughout the organization. At the end of our internship, as well as our full-time program, we do have presentations that are done to our C-suite executives, where a lot of good dialogue is had throughout the program. You do have that alumni network that the other LDPs talked about, where you have a mentor and or a buddy that you can work with and help you kind of learn the ropes as you go through your experience at J&J. So, that's just a quick synopsis of the PLDP program, and I will turn it over to Kelly, who will talk to you a little bit about vision.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Gustafson, and I was in your shoes just a few years ago. What an exciting time. I was so fortunate to be able to intern and rejoin full-time at Johnson & Johnson Vision, or what I may refer to as JJV throughout the next 2 slides. And I'm so excited to share with you the opportunities to advance your career at JJV. Similar to my colleagues' experiences, I'm so fortunate to work for a company and brand that makes a difference in the health of humanity. At JJV, we have several different brands and services across vision care, with the largest being AccuView brand contact lenses. Many people don't realize that AccuView is actually J&J's largest consumer brand. Within JJV, we also have other products and services within our portfolio, which span across medical devices, consumer goods, and even surgical technologies. The internship program itself is a hands-on learning opportunity throughout a 12-week internship. Throughout the program, you'll be able to own and lead a real business problem. And the internship will help you grow in key marketing areas, such as brand management, P&L management, analytics, agency management, and so much more. Although you will have autonomy, we'll be there to support you and make your experience great throughout the summer with a variety of mentoring programs. Our program is focused around the marketing function. Therefore, we're seeking first-year students, MBA students, who are interested in marketing with at least 3 years of prior work experience. And some of the key skill sets that we're looking for include communication and business leadership skills. Successful internships are frequently converted to full-time offers. And if we go to the next slide, we'll highlight a few of the ways to grow your career at JJV within marketing. There's so many different types of marketing roles and jobs full-time to grow your career. This includes brand management, product management, consumer, digital, e-commerce, some of the traditional marketing roles such as channel, shopper, or global marketing, and more. Personally, when I was recruiting, I found it rare to find a single company or a brand that would allow me to expand my marketing skill set in so many different ways. We ensure that our interns and MBA hires are placed on high priority projects. A few of the examples include from the past few years, launching new e-commerce and AI technologies, go-to-market launch and brand strategies for new products. Sometimes there's even consumer marketing strategies, including working with influencers and even celebrities, and so much more. The JJV headquarters is located within Jacksonville, Florida. And personally, I hadn't been to or heard much about Jacksonville before my recruiting experience. I'm originally from the Midwest and was weighing offers throughout the country, but I'm so glad I came to JJV and Jacksonville. If you don't know much about Jacksonville, there's so many great offerings such as beaches, trails, outdoor activities, of course, mild winters. And if you didn't know this, Jacksonville is the largest city in the country by landmass. So there's really something for everyone here. I know I was thinking about my budget and student loans after my MBA, and I was thankful to not have state income taxes in Florida as well. And if you're thinking about family offerings, we have some of the best school systems within 20 minutes of the office. With that, I hope you consider Johnson & Johnson Vision for your next step within your career. Please apply to the JJV specific job posting on the National Black Portal. We'll see you at the conference. And with that, I'll pass it over to my colleague, Jonathan, who will walk you through another J&J opportunity. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Why am I here? Well, you guys are not going to be LDPs and interns forever, hopefully. So I'm here to talk a little bit more about our professional opportunities here at J&J. And what you'll see on this slide is, we've heard a lot about some of these great programs, and J&J is obviously a world leader in human healthcare, but how do we get those innovative therapies to the doctors, patients, nurses, families who we serve? Well, it's through our supply chain. And as a couple of my colleagues had mentioned earlier, no matter if you are in finance, if you're in sales, if you're in marketing, you are going to interact with supply chain either directly or cross-functionally sometime in the future. And this kind of just shows you the size and scope of what we're talking about when we are talking about our supply chain and really the backbone of our company. And then I'll just go straight to our career site here. If you are someone who is looking for a professional opportunity, not an internship or an LDP, this is exactly what our career site looks like. You'll find that on the left side of our homepage, and you can search either by keyword or location in those boxes. In addition to that, below that field, you'll find a lot of helpful content that will navigate you through what to expect in the J&J hiring process and some helpful tips on interviewing here with us at J&J. And finally, just a brief overview of what to expect. So once you find a position that you're interested in, please read the job description and make sure you meet all the requirements. You'll attach a resume through our career site. You'll answer a set of preset questions. There's also a credo assessment at the end of those preset questions, and then you'll be able to submit an application. It's pretty quick and easy, pretty intuitive when it comes to our career site. And I'll give a quick plug. This is for everybody as well. You can join our Global Talent Hub. There's a lot of great content there as well, giving you access to some of our career opportunities, keeping you updated on career opportunities as they come through. Also gives you the latest news on J&J and just offers you another way to stay connected with us. And with that, I believe I will turn it back to my colleague, Jamil.
Well, thank you so much, Jonathan, and thank you to all my colleagues that were able to join us tonight. I hope that each of you that attended tonight's session are inspired in thinking about what your next move can be here at J&J. As Jonathan just mentioned, you will want to make sure that you apply at careers.jnj.com. There are different career opportunities for students as well as professionals. I know there's been several questions in the chat tonight with the Q&A portal around different opportunities. We also want to make sure that you have an opportunity to go to the National Black Career Portal, because that's where we are also posting a lot of our roles that we are looking for specifically at the conference. With that, I'd like to take a moment and answer a couple of questions that I do see that have come through the portal. One question has been about how can I connect with J&J? So we are a huge relationship-driven company and love the opportunity to connect with many candidates like yourself that have joined us this evening. I, along with other folks that have been on the call tonight, are more than happy for you to connect with us via LinkedIn. I think that's a perfect opportunity where if we don't get to your question tonight, that you can ask your question and also start that conversation. Many of our programs will also be represented in Chicago at National Black, so September 16th and the 17th, and we'll be on the Career Expo floor. We are, I think, on the second row of booths, so you'll be able to see us. We'll have a large booth, and I'll have a crew of folks here that are very excited to talk about our J&J opportunities. We'll also be joining the virtual fair the next following week after the live in-person event. That's where all of our programs will be represented at that virtual fair. We also had some questions related to international opportunities. We do have international opportunities. As I mentioned, we are a global company spanning across 60 different countries. While we did not mention those specifically, we are not recruiting for those at tonight's event. However, we do have the IRDP program, so the International Recruitment Development Program. It's a great opportunity for students to be able to go and explore our global opportunities that we have with J&J, and also very similarly to a lot of our programs have the internship and then also a full-time LDP program. So a great opportunity for you to check that out. Again, I would go and visit careers.jnj, the letter N, J.com/students. And that's where you can see the whole host of all of our LDP programs that we have here at J&J. On that career website that I just mentioned, that's where you'll be able to see all of our opportunities. So you'll be able to see our MBA opportunities, which we highlighted tonight, knowing that this is National Black MBA. We also do have opportunities for master's students and candidates that are posted there, as well as our undergraduate program. So feel free to share that with your colleagues, your friends, maybe even your young ones as they are coming through, because we would love to see them learn more about our opportunities at J&J and having the opportunity to connect with us there. I do see that there still are a couple of questions that are outstanding. I know that some of my colleagues are typing out questions, and I know we've already answered a host of questions, I think already about 40 plus throughout the evening. Again, feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn. That is a great way to ask your question if we were not able to get to that. And I do want to be conscious of time and just make sure that I say on behalf of me and my colleagues that are attending tonight's event, a big thank you for joining tonight's webinar. In the link, in the chat box, you just had access to the Surveymonkey Survey, as well as you can scan the QR code with your phone or your mobile device that's on the screen. We would love for you to be able to fill out that survey, as that helps us to shape our future programming that we have here at Johnson & Johnson. Again, we want to make sure that we are living out our credo and being able to meet the needs of our customers and our candidates and consumers as we see there. So please take a moment to be able to fill out that survey. We would greatly appreciate it. And with that, I'd like to turn it back over to the National Black MBA staff.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Johnson & Johnson, for yet another incredible session. You definitely did not disappoint. I would be remiss if I did not remind you all about our upcoming conference and career expo, September 14th through 18th in Chicago. This year, we are utilizing a hybrid model with both in-person and digital programming occurring that week, in addition to the amazing Career Expo. And then that following week, as was mentioned, will be the Digital Career Fair occurring September 21st and 22nd. So I know I've gotten a lot of this program, and I hope you did too. Please, please, please fill out the survey. We want to hear from you. The first 25 people to fill out that survey will be entered in a chance to win an Amazon gift card. So do not delay. Again, thank you all for your time and your attention. Thank you, Johnson & Johnson. We look forward to seeing you all next time and in Chicago next month. Have a wonderful evening.